Morning student, this will be video 1. So we will be dealing, this is only for 3rd GNM class. So in this we will be studying, this is unit 5, national health problems. And then we also, according to your syllabus, if you see, there is communicable and non-communicable disease. But we are not dealing with communicable, non-communicable because it is a presentation that is given. And I think already you have studied. All the topics you have already studied. But apart from communicable, non-communicable, we will go through other classes. Okay, so today we will be starting with nutritional problems. So when we say nutritional problems, we will see what are the various nutritional problem that is prevalent in India. So first and foremost, protein energy malnutrition. So when we say protein energy malnutrition, it is the insufficiency of food. The so-called food gap appears to be the chief cause of protein energy malnutrition, which is a major health problem, particularly in the first year of life. So in the infant period, the child is prone to develop this malnutrition disease, okay, in the child. Okay, so the great majority of cases of PEM, nearly 80% are mild and moderate cases. So overall, when we see, there are about 80% cases which are of moderate and mild cases. The incidence of severe cases is 1 to 2% in preschool age children. So among school children, preschool age children, it is about 1 to 2% of children are affected with protein energy malnutrition. The problem exists in all the states, and the nutritional marasmus is more frequent than kwashiorkor. So when we say protein energy malnutrition, there are two conditions under it, which is the kwashiorkor and marasmus. But we see that nutritional marasmus is more frequent than the kwashiorkor. Okay, so protein energy malnutrition, when we say, it is the insufficiency of food or so-called food gap. It is also called as insufficiency of food or food gap, and it appears because they are not able to have adequate food is when a child has protein energy malnutrition, and it is a major health problem in the first year of life. And then we also see that 80% are of mild and moderate cases affected with PEM, and then the incidence among preschoolers are about 1 to 2%. Then the health problem, okay, when we see, there are two types in protein energy malnutrition, that is in PEM, kwashiorkor and marasmus. So out of this two, nutritional marasmus is said to be more frequent than the kwashiorkor. Next we will go to nutritional anemia. So when we talk about nutritional anemia, India has probably the highest prevalence of nutritional anemia in women and children. So when we say women are affected more and children are affected more with nutritional anemia, about 1/2 of non-pregnant women and young children are estimated to suffer from anemia. 60 to 80% of pregnant women are anemic. Okay, so when we say among the pregnant women, we see that 60 to 80% of pregnant women are affected with anemic, and 19% of maternal deaths are attributed to anemia, and there are also deaths which occur because of anemia, and it constitutes of about 19%. Then according to NFHS 3, about 57.9% women are anemic, of which 54.6% are in urban areas and 59% in rural areas. So when we say women are anemic, so in the urban area 54.6 are affected, in the rural areas 59% of women are affected. By far the most frequent cause of anemia is iron deficiency, and less frequently folate and vitamin B12 deficiency. So when we say anemia, it is mainly because of iron deficiency anemia, which is more prevalent among women, and we see less frequent of folate and vitamin B12 deficiency. So when we say nutritional anemia, so India has the highest prevalence of nutritional anemia among women and children, and we have seen that 1/2 of non-pregnant women and young children are almost estimated to be affected with anemia for about 60 to 80%, and 19% of death is told to occur because of nutritional anemia. And then rural women and urban women, when we see, in the urban women, about 57.9% are affected with anemia, and 54.6% are affected in the urban area, and in the rural area it is about 59%. Overall, when we say 57.9 percent of women are anemic. Then by far the most frequent cause of anemia is iron deficiency compared to folate and vitamin B12 deficiency. Next we will go to low birth weight. So this is a major health problem in many developing countries. So India is also a developing country. About 28% of babies born are of low birth weight. Okay, so when do we say low birth weight? When the baby's weight is less than 2.5 kgs, we term it as low birth weight. Okay, so we see that 28% babies are born here in India less than 2.5 kg as compared to about 4% in some developed countries. So in developed countries it is only 4%, but in developing countries it constitutes about 28% of low birth weight. So maternal nutrition and anemia are responsible for this condition. So when we say what is the causative factors for this low birth weight, which constitutes about 28%, it is mainly because of maternal malnutrition and anemia. If the mother is not fed properly during her pregnancy, prenatal, and during, the antenatal period, if the mother is not given with adequate nutrition, then it affects the baby, leading to low birth weight. Okay, so far we have seen three conditions: protein energy malnutrition, nutritional anemia, low birth weight. So next we will go to xerophthalmia. So xerophthalmia, as we know, it is nutritional blindness. So about 0.04% of total blindness in India is attributed to nutritional deficiency of vitamin A. So 0.04%, yes, it is actually less. Okay, so 0.04% of total blindness in India is attributed to nutritional deficiency of vitamin A. So keratomalacia has been the major years of age. So this has been a major cause. Okay, keratomalacia. So subclinical deficiency of vitamin A is also widespread and is associated with increased morbidity and mortality from respiratory and gastrointestinal infections. So when we say subclinical deficiency of vitamin A is also widespread and is associated with increase, so this also lead to, okay, so this vitamin A deficiency is widespread and then it is associated with increased morbidity and mortality from respiratory and gastrointestinal infection. So the morbidity increases and mortality increases when there is an associated case related to respiratory and gastrointestinal infection relating to, the eye disorder. Next we will go to iodine deficiency disorder. So goiter and other iodine deficiency disorder, that is IDD, have been known to be highly endemic in sub-Himalayan region. So this is more common, iodine deficiency disorder is more common in sub-Himalayan region or hilly region. Okay, then we see reassessment of the magnitude of the problem by the Indian Council of Medical Research showed that the problem is not restricted to the goiter belt as was thought earlier, but is extremely prevalent in other parts of India as well. Okay, so when we do the assessment, we get to know, okay, so the assessment which was done to find out the magnitude of the problem, it was done by ICMR, that is the Indian Council of Medical Research, showed that the problem is not only restricted to the goiter belt as was thought earlier, but it is extremely prevalent. So apart from Himalayan belt, we also see that this Himalayan, okay, this iodine deficiency disorder was common among other areas also, and this was actually found out by ICMR. Okay, it is also estimated that more than 71 million people are suffering from goiter and other IDD. So when we see overall India, okay, so overall when we estimate, it is that 71 million people are affected from goiter and iodine deficiency disorder. Okay, so next we will move on to others. Okay, so other nutritional problem of importance are lathrism and endemic fluorosis in certain parts of the country. To these must be added the widespread adulteration of foodstuffs. So when there is adulteration of foodstuff, it also leads to other, disorders. So apart from these nutritional problem which is more prevalent or common, okay, in developing countries, there are also lathrism and endemic fluorosis which is common and which affects some parts of the or certain parts of the country. Okay, so with this we are finished with our nutritional problem. So we have seen that there is protein energy malnutrition, nutritional anemia, low birth weight, xerophthalmia or nutritional blindness, iodine deficiency disorder and others. So protein energy, as we have seen, it mainly affects with the first year of life, and 80% of them are reported to have mild and moderate cases of PEM. Then nutritional marasmus is more common than the kwashiorkor. 1 to 2% of preschool children are affected. Next, talking about nutritional anemia. So here we see that it is more common in women and children, and one half of non-pregnant mothers and young children are estimated to be affected for about 60 to 80%, and 90% of death occur because of nutritional anemia. 57.9% of women are affected, out of which 54.6% in the urban area, 59% of which are affected in the rural area. And we see that iron deficiency anemia is more prevalent than the folate or vitamin B12 deficiency. Low birth weight, we see that it is more common in the developing countries, where 28% are affected. In developed countries, only 4% are affected. And we see that maternal malnutrition and anemia is the major cause for this low birth weight. Xerophthalmia, night nutritional blindness, it affects about 0.04% in India. And then it has been, keratomalacia, okay, it has been, one of the major disease for years. And then we also see that vitamin A is actually widespread, and it is associated with, increased morbidity and mortality from respiratory and gastrointestinal infection. So when a person is affected with eye disorders or infection of the eye, night blindness, when they are associated with respiratory and digestive problems, the morbidity and mortality rate is increased. Next, going on to iodine deficiency disorder, we see that we have goiter and other iodine deficiency disorder, which is more prevalent, endemic in high sub-Himalayan region. But later ICMR also showed that it is also prevalent in other Himalayan belt regions. Then we see that 71 million people are suffering from goiter and other iodine deficiency disorder. Then others we have seen like lathyrusm and endemic fluorosis. So apart from this, when food are adulterated, it also leads to certain nutritional problems. So with this, we have done with nutritional problems.